So most people believe they have a money problem, but to me, I believe a lot of people have a visibility problem. So I just got off a call with one of my clients, and he was telling me how much money he makes. And at the end of the day, he doesn't really know where it goes, right? At the end of the month. And I was telling him how I use AI to kind of operate as my CFO, my chief financial officer. If you guys don't know who that is or what that is, that's basically just somebody who manages the finances for a company. So I was sharing with him how I use ChatGPT to do that, and he loved it. So I thought, hey, I might as well make a video about it. Maybe it could help people out there. Most people use AI to write their emails or ask stupid questions, but you can leverage it for so much more. You have so much power, and just in terms of your finances and getting a bird's eye view, this has helped me a lot and a lot of my clients. So, with that being said, I just wanted to do a mock up and share with you guys how I leverage ChatGPT to kind of do this. Now, if you're more of an emotional person, I would highly suggest using Chat. If you're more of an analytical person, I would highly suggest using Claude. So, it really doesn't matter, but Chat really feeds my emotional side. So it kind of guides me and helps me do a lot better. Anyways, besides that, I want to share with you guys exactly how I use ChatGPT and I created them to be my own CFO. We're going to use a mock up version. So, first and foremost, I'm going to share. You have to you when you first start, you have to tell it what you're going to do and how to think. Okay, so I want you to operate as my personal CFO, and then don't tease me if I spell things wrong because I'm not the best speller. Operate as my personal CFO. It doesn't have to be spelled right. Okay, you can just put gibberish and it'll work out. Okay, so I want to operate as my personal CFO. I am going to upload who I am, my expenses, income, debt, goals. Okay, four things: expenses, income, debt, and goals. I want you to help me create a plan and guide me within a time frame what I should be doing moving forward. Okay, and then how to think. I want you to think like a world class CFO for a well run company with strong financial health. I want you to give it to me raw and not sugar coated. Anything. Tell me what needs to be done. I like this. Give me a score because I feel like numbers are quantifiable. Right? So give me a score 1 out of 10 of how I'm doing and help me reach my goal. And then this part is just for me, just because I don't want to. I use chat a lot, so I don't want it to put my own information in here. Chat. Um, don't use my personal. Oh shit. Chat. I'm going to be uploading mock numbers. Use that, not my personal info. Keone Kai. I believe Keone Kai is what they came up with. Just respond with ready. These last two sentences are just for me, okay? All right. So I'm gonna pull. I have it already set right here. Okay. So I'm gonna start off as if I'm just a regular person, or like I'm gonna do this like you're doing it for the first time. So I'm gonna put my name. This is my name, how old I am. I have two kids. I live in Kapolei. I work as a full time Hawaiian electric person. Keep in mind, this is the first time I'm saying this, so I'm kind of just running through this. my take home pay is about $5,400. I do side hustle where I do Uber Eats on the side, and average income about 900 because I'm a hustler, baby. So my total monthly income just for myself is $6,300. Okay, so I'll give chat that. I'm gonna give it the general idea of what's going on, right? So stepping into the Keone breaks everything down. I gotta teach chat who I am, what it is that I do, where my money is. All right. The most important thing is that people don't understand what they actually make. How much they actually make, where the money is going. Right. So it's gonna give me a quick assessment of everything else. Time frames. I didn't get to this, so we can kind of just skip this. I'm just teaching chat about me. All right. So now I have this already on the side, but I'm just going to kind of highlight this because let me see 1 second. You're gonna type this in, but I already had this preset. So you're gonna share with your AI your monthly expenses, okay? So rent, electric, water, internet, your car payment, auto insurance, gas, kids' activities, if you have school expenses. You just spend like 20 minutes like writing down what do I pay for? Go through your credit cards, look at okay, I pay for this every month, I pay for my car insurance, I pay for my car, my kid has soccer, whatever it is, right? So it comes out to your total monthly expenses, and then you go through your credit cards. What debt do I have? What loans do I have? What credit cards do I have to pay? And if you just want to start with the statement balance, just log in the statement balances. These are the statement balances. These are the actual balances, right? Do I have a loan? Whatever it is, right? And then you want to include how much cash do you have on hand, because liquidity is very important. If something comes up, you want to have cash on hand to deal with whatever emergencies come up. Maybe you have to get an oil change, flat tire, or whatever, right? So cash on hand is very important as well. So it's going to assess CFO assessment. Income is about $6,300. Expenses is about $6,319. So you're already in a negative cash flow of $19. Okay, you see how that broke that down for me? So the first problem isn't actually making progress. He's working a full-time job, running side hustles, and effectively breaking even in a month, right? So that's what that means. So his financial health score is about 4 out of 10. Keone is doing very well, stable income, side income, and supporting his family, which is what all men need to do. But he needs to make more money or cut expenses, right? So emergency fund analysis, they'll break this down, and then the debt breakdown. So it goes through every single thing and gives you more of an analytical view, right? From what needs to happen. Well, it's going to tell you right here what needs to happen next 90 days. Okay, I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but I wanted to share with you guys. But let's just read this last part. What I tell Keone if you were my client: you're not in financial trouble, but you're not building wealth either. Right now, you're in surviving, not advancing. This is good news. This isn't a math problem that requires 150K a year. It's a cash flow problem. The fastest path towards is increasing side income by 500 to 1,000 a month, eliminating Costco card, eliminate Chase card, build a real emergency fund, then invest, right? So after seeing that, I'm like, okay, I like that. I'm gonna give it my financial goals. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. Hold on 1 second. These are my financial goals. Okay. Save emergency fund, become debt free. I want a plan to hit my goals and break down. Hold on. Break down the numbers and actions I need to take to reach these goals within the next 6 to 12 months. And obviously, this is something you can put in what you want, but I also want to take my wife and 2 kids to Disneyland land in 18 months. So I want to save for that as well. Break down a manageable saving strategy for me. Boom. All right, now let's see. CFO plan for Keone Kai. I'm going to be very direct. Keone's problem is not debt, problem is margin. A well-run company doesn't focus on revenue first, it focuses on cash flow. And that's the thing. Reason why I'm using a CFO mindset is because it's thinking of my personal expenses as a business. Now, income is 6,300, expenses 6319, cash flow is negative 19. That means the goal is fighting for the same dollar. In 12-month targets, right? Goal is to pay off Costco credit card, currently at 2,400. Build an emergency fund. Stop using credit card for groceries. Increase side income, right? So increase needed is $600 per month, which is actually pretty doable. $600 per month divided by 4 weeks, that's $150 a week, right? So if we just do the math, right? What Disney costs, it breaks this down. So I would need to save $333 in a savings account for the next 18 months so that when Disney time comes, everything is taken care of, and it breaks it down. Roughly 2,000 for flights, hotels, parking tickets, things of that nature. Good news, Disney is an easy goal, and being debt free is a lot harder. So I'm just gonna give you guys an example. So phase one would be, cutting immediate actions, cut eating out currently, target, cut groceries. This one might be a little bit differently. Cut groceries, total immediate savings, side hustle goal, maybe working a little more, right? So as we kind of like look through this is kind of long, but let's go down to the bottom. Current verdict, you're at a 4 out of 10. Potential score in 18 months would be an 8 out of 10. The biggest lever is not cutting Netflix, it's just increasing the side income from 900 to 1500 and refusing it to let lifestyle spending absorb the difference. That's the move that changes everything. Every dollar from a side hustle should have a job before it's earned. Now, okay, let's just say I want to focus on paying off debt. Which is the first one I should focus on? And then right here, it'll tell you Costco City Bill. You want to take care and eliminate that first. Make the minimum payments to your personal loan, make the minimum payments to your Chase Sapphire Reserve, but we're going to kill Costco first, right? And the reason is psychological and practical. You eliminate it quickly. It frees up $85 minimum payment, creates momentum, reduces number of creditors you owe. Now, here's the thing: people don't want to hear this a lot. We talk about like reducing expenses, right? Cutting out the coffee, cutting off Netflix. But really, it's not so much lowering the floor; it's raising the ceiling. It's increasing, how much money you make. Maybe you have to hustle. Maybe you have to pick up a side job. Maybe you have to run Uber Eats a little bit longer than you usually do. But the goal would be to kill this first. And once you kill the first smallest debt, you have momentum to start building to the next one. It's easier said than done, right? So, example, let's say Keone creates an extra $600 extra cash flow a month. That $85 minimum plus 650 roughly in about 3 to 4 months, which is totally doable. And then you do the Chase account, same thing, gone in about 7 months, right? One exception. Now, here's the thing: I don't really take. You can put the interest rates in here as well, but I personally don't put in the interest rates. I attack the smallest debt first because it creates an emotional feeling that you're getting, uh, you're making progress. Okay, so that's why I have an extra 500 this month. Where does it go? You want to account for every single dollar. So let's say, it's 1 week from now. Let's pretend it's been a week. It's been a week. I'm giving you an update. Hey, giving you an update. I got a $1,000 bonus from work for being a beast. A beast. I applied that to city payment, and I also worked an extra 3 hours, so I made an extra 150. So as you can see, it's going to break everything down for you as well, right? It's going to give you the number. I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but it's going to give you the numbers and where you need to be. Okay, so give me a step by step plan for the next 30 days. Next, let's say 4 weeks. Weeks. Make it weekly, and my updates will be weekly as well. So it's going to give me a step-by-step kind of guide on where I need to be, okay? And what I do is I go into my calendar, I set a notification up once a week, every single week, and I input the numbers of where I'm at. I input, okay, this week I paid $350 to my Costco account. Next week, every Friday, I just give it like a quick blurb. I'm like, hey, this is what I did with my finances. This is where I'm at. This is how it's helping me, right? And then now I have a plan. I see where the money's going. I have a bird's eye view of what my finances are like. So I use ChatGPT for this specific purpose. I include all my debt, all my credit card bills, everything that I'm dealing with, my income, like things that come up, things that I paid off, and it really gives me a bird's eye view on how I can manage a lot of my money. So this video did go kind of long. I did want to share exactly how I do it, how it makes sense for me, and hey, I hope this works for you. I hope this makes sense for you. If you have any better ideas, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one.